Okay, go.
Hello, I'm Dr. MacDonald, chiropractic physician here at Cascade Health Center. Today I wanted to talk to you about something extremely important, and that is orthotics. If you don't know what the word orthotics is, it simply means a device that supports various aspects of your body, such as your feet, for example. Why would orthotics be important? When you walk and you take a step down, every time you step, you produce between 4,000 and 5,000 newtons of force on the primary shock absorption of your ankle every time you step down. That shock absorption, if your foot mechanics are not correct and not being properly supported, will cause problems with your ankle. That ankle energy will transfer up into the lower leg and can cause your lower leg, your tibia, to internally rotate, which then will start causing problems with your secondary shock absorption, which is your knees, and that will transfer up into your hip, cause your pelvis to rotate, and start leading into some back pain issues. Energy transferring up through the lower back, up into the mid-back and neck area, and can cause problems all the way up into the neck and even headaches, particularly for women that wear high-heeled shoes on a regular basis. What you need to have done then is have your feet properly evaluated to check to see whether or not you in fact need orthotics based on any potential abnormal biomechanics, knee problems, low back problems, mid-back and neck issues. You might be an orthotic candidate. Unfortunately, a lot of places use the old style system, which is simply a cast copy of your foot by placing it into a foam box or taking a mold of it. Some places are even using fancy scanners where you just stand on there and it takes a pressure mapping of your foot. None of those are very effective. They do require a lot of human intervention, and as a result of that, you can have a lot of human errors that are magnified through the production process of designing those orthotics. Here at Cascade Health Center, we use some very advanced scientific methods of analyzing your feet to see whether you do or do not need orthotics. This system here that we have is a dynamic foot process in which you actually walk across this scan force plate here, and the material is captured on the computer to determine whether or not you are an orthotic candidate. When you're having your foot analyzed, unfortunately using some of the old style systems like a cast or a static position of your foot, there can be errors that are magnified through the production process. When we use a sophisticated system such as this, where you actually walk across this force plate and we capture the information via the computer, we will get an accurate reading of what your foot is doing during the entire walking process. That information cannot be captured by simply sticking your foot in a box. When all is said and done, and we actually have the information that shows the abnormalities of your feet, we can then go ahead and design a orthotic for your foot specifically. This would be an example of a prescription orthotic that someone would wear, such as myself, in a shoe that is like a loafer style or a dress shoe. These are both men and women styles, and notice that it's only a small portion of the foot, because when you wear an orthotic, it actually projects your foot up and forward and can eat up a lot of extra space in your foot. If you're wearing an athletic shoe, then you would want to go with a design more like this that actually has a bit of foam cushioning for the entire length of the foot, and again provides the same rigid structure for the foot. Again, these are done by the computer. There's no human intervention. All of the material that's captured from the machine is then put into the design and manufacture of this. The human has essentially been removed. If we've captured real data, then we have real orthotics designed around the errors created in your foot during the walking process. And finally, if you wanted to go more fancy, you can actually get shoes that actually have the orthotics built in, again, designed around your foot errors based on what we captured. If you think you might have foot problems and you're not sure whether you might be an orthotic candidate or not, come to Cascade Health Center. We can put you on this method of evaluation and determine whether you are or not a true orthotic candidate or not. Clinically, you may have all the signs and symptoms of needing orthotics: ankle pain, knee pain, hip pain, low back pain, but you might not actually need them. By simply sticking your foot in a box, no one will be able to accurately determine your need for orthotics. If you actually are on a system that captures that data and then bases it off a series of criteria, we can truly evaluate your need for orthotics.